We wrapped up the regular season by putting a moderate beat down on the Jacksonville Jaguars, and in the divisional round of the playoffs, because we didn't have to play in the wild card, we are playing Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Antoine Isaac had one heck of a back half of the season, and we want to obviously reward that dude, so we can upgrade him in a couple of areas. But again, I'm putting an emphasis on route runner. I want him to be a little bit better in the medium and deep routes. He's pretty good at the short routes, and here he goes for +1 to awareness, catching traffic, catching, and +2 to the medium route. Damian Telfer also up for an upgrade. We're going to upgrade him in the scrambler category. He's now an 82 overall. Going to see an upgrade in +1 to carrying, +1 to throw accuracy short and throw under pressure, and +2 to throw accuracy mid. Those should bode well for today's game. And the last guy we're going to see upgraded is the guy that has been dominating the past 2, 3, 4 weeks of football for us, John Ross III. We got deep threat, slot, route runner, or physical. I honestly kind of want to go deep route for him. I know that we could upgrade his route running a little bit better, but this dude has been incredible for us. He's a 78 overall now. He gets +1 to awareness, catching traffic, catching, spectacular catch, and +2 to release. It's about to be a problem. I know a lot of you guys want to know the stats for our team overall, so before the season ends, I want to give you guys a heads up on that. Damian Telfer again, 3,900 yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Not bad for a rookie season. On the running game, Joe Mixon had 1,200, almost 1,300 yards with 9 touchdowns in the year. Damian Telfer only ran for about 243. I want to see him expand on that, but obviously he did fumble a couple of times this year. Corey Grant had 214 yards and 4 touchdowns. Roddy Anderson had 2 as well, and Josh Dobbs ran for about 19. On the receiving side, Tyler Boyd had a breakout season. Once AJ Green got traded, his draft stock just went up in fantasy football across the board. 80 catches for 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. Antoine Isaac, 54 for 668 and 8. Zuma had 5 touchdowns. John Ross had almost 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then really outside of that, we only saw touchdowns by our fullback, Ethan Carter. We also saw Corey Grant and Alex Erickson get in the end zone as well. Defensively, Jason Smith was everything he was advertised to be. Rookie of the year, in my opinion, on the defensive side. 109 tackles in the year, 10 of those for loss, 3 interceptions. Didn't get a single sack. Got to work on that for sure, but a good season overall. Cuisinart had 82 with 1 sack, no picks for him. Preston Brown had 81. You can see again, going down the list, we had some guys that balled out for the most part this year, but I want to go ahead and check our interception category. Our leader was William Jackson, who again, a stud, 73 tackles for him at corner. A little high. I'd like him to not have as many tackles. Maybe his coverage can get a little bit better, but still 4 picks is great. Smith with 3, Sean Williams with 3, and then we had a bunch of guys down here with 1. From a sack perspective, I think we had Geno Atkins at the top, 14.5 for him as a defensive tackle. One heck of a season. Sam Hubbard chimed in with 9.5. Carlos Dunlap, 8.5. We did trade some people on our defensive line this season, but overall, I think our production from a sack perspective was still pretty good. And lastly, we'll sort of gloss over some of the league leaders in the different categories. Pass, you can see Matt Ryan, 4,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 14 picks. I want to shout out Lamar Jackson, though. Almost 4,400 yards, almost 40 touchdowns, and single-digit interceptions. It's a human cheat code. On the ground, Kareem Hunt had 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Zeke had 1,300 with 12. You also saw Le'Veon Bell chime in with 1,200 and 10 touchdowns. I debate with you guys a lot about who the best receiver in the league is, and Julio Jones said, don't mind me, it's going to be me. 118 catches, 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns for him, but can we get a shout out to Michael Thomas? 85 snags, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. Dude's a monster. But hey, don't sleep on Tyler Boyd. 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Put in some work this year. On defense, Balake Martinez was the #1 tackle leader with 140. He also had 6 sacks and 2 picks. Probably a defensive player of the year candidate, if nothing else. Dayon Brown, Eric Kendricks, Josie Jewell. I made fun of him early in the year, saying I have no idea who he is. Well, he got 125 tackles, so I know who he is now. From a sack perspective, Khalil Mack was pretty close to the NFL record. Got 21.5. I think it's, what, 23? I believe is what it is now. Myles Garrett, 18.5. We know where a lot of those came from this year. And JJ Watt also with a lot of those against us had 17. From an interception perspective, Xavier Howard, 8 interceptions. Stephon Gilmore had 7. Richard Sherman still balling out at his old age with 6 interceptions. And Marcus Peters, 5. Not bad. I mean, there were some good players overall out here killing it. And shout out to Keanu Neal picking up 4 as well. So we are heading back home. And of course, it's snowing. It's in Ohio. It's late in the season, so of course it's going to be out here still, but we are excited. There's fireworks today, and it's not just the pyros you see right there. It's our team. We are feeling electric. We are clicking on all cylinders. Joe Mixon is back. A lot of rumors he might get traded in the offseason. I want to know what you guys think. Should Joe Mixon be on the team going into next year? Do we gamble on a younger running back either in free agency or maybe even in the draft? Joe Mixon's still young, but we could trade him for a high draft pick. Go get somebody even younger. What do you guys think? As we start out our first drive, if you guys are enjoying this episode, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's go for 1,500 likes this episode, and make sure you subscribe too so you don't miss out on future episodes. Now Telfer's going to hand it off to the, again, newly healed Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon, more yards than he had in his last first half. Hey, look, maybe Joe Mixon heard all the rumors about possibly getting traded, and the young fella said, let me go ahead and put on the show real quick. And Antoine Isaac said, whoop, I'm going to go ahead and do something real quick too, picking up a big chunk of yards. I've also seen a lot of comments asking, why does Antoine Isaac rock one eye black and not two? Well, he's a big fan of Nelly. If you don't know that reference, then oh my God, Joe Mixon, he said, I don't care about Nelly, I'm going in the end zone. Joe Mixon does not want to be traded. What a play. So we're coming out on defense again. Nick Foles is trying to exact his revenge. He didn't have, again, the outcome he wanted last week, and Leonard Fournette says, don't worry, young fella, I got you. Now, I know Nick Foles didn't have the outcome he wanted last time. I think he had about 330 yards again, which is incredible, but he didn't get the W, and he's not happy about that. But Leonard Fournette, who just broke off a big run, falls for a loss, and I think he's going to be injured. Fournette does not seem happy about his injury. I saw him slam his helmet on the sideline, and here comes Armstead instead. He's going to go ahead and run it up the middle, and we're going to get him pretty quickly, but why are they running it on 2nd and 17? When you see them run the ball like that nonstop after an injury goes to their best player, I kind of imagine, is their quarterback injured? Is something going on? And oh my God, he says, nope, I'm not injured. I just wanted to throw a dot. So Nick Foles gets a 29-yard bomb across the middle, and we're panicking slightly because of it. Little pass across the middle. Smith comes in on the tackle, but they're inside the red zone. This is a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. Got to shut them down. I'm imagining they're going to run it here, so we're just going to chill. Ends up being a pass. Watching the double slant. Foles is there and rushes to his own man, and Geno gets a sack. I got to admit, man, Geno has been unbelievably good for our team this year. 14.5 sacks. Starts the playoffs off strong with a sack of his own. You got to love when your team cap is out there just falling out. Now, Jacksonville is 9 plays deep into this drive. They are trying to cap it off here with a touchdown, but it's 3rd and goal. Possibly the last play before a field goal comes up. And they get sacked. Geno Atkins. We just talked about him. Another one. So Jacksonville does not have the end of this drive they were hoping for, and we're going to try to capitalize here by maybe blocking it if we can get lucky. Not even close. The field goal, however, extremely good. It's a 7-3 lead now. Jacksonville's finally on the board. We're starting the drive off with a little bit of trickeration. John Ross III has been remarkable with QB so far. Let him run out of the Wildcat. John Ross trying to find something. The juke, look, okay, John Ross, I see you, okay. Gotta put this young man in running back. I'm kidding, we're not going to put him in running back. A lot of you guys have asked for that, oddly enough. He's just not durable enough to really play that position, but he's still out there doing well. Little pass to Tyler Boyd again. Had 80 grabs in the regular season, starting the playoffs off pretty strong. And a 7-3 lead. Nice little 1st down there. I see Boyd out here. We're going to throw one. That's a little close. Tyler Boyd caught that. Oh my God. I got to admit, I really do think Tyler Boyd is going to be the future of this team. He's the guy that I want to make sure we have long term, and everything he's done in the field this season shows me that he is that dude. Elf out here running around. Oh my God, we had X wide open. Oh, get rid of it. You know what? I don't want to talk about that play ever again. Multiple touchdowns missed there. You hate to see it. We're going to go... We're put Isaac on a streak there. Put John Ross across the middle. We got Boyd fading out to the corner of the end zone. I like it. Oh my God, we got him wide open. Easy money. Oh my God, are you kidding me? He caught that? One hit. Randy Moss, is that you? Look at the replay. Oh my God. Odell Beckham Jr., Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison didn't catch balls like that. Look at this. Oh my God. He hit him with the 360. The one-handed grab. Oh my God. There's so much that I want to say about that play that I can't even say because I don't even know how to describe it. That's one of the few times that I'm at a loss for words. I expected that to be an easy touchdown. It ended up being a difficult one, but it was a remarkable touchdown at that. Now, 0 yards were gained in that play there by Jacksonville. They're back here with Nick Foles trying to find something to work. We're watching that middle pretty much nonstop. And Geno Atkins, not 1, not 2, 3 interceptions. Or 3 sacks. Sorry, what am I doing? Sometimes you say things and you feel like you're going to be really smart and intelligent when you say them, and then you actually hear yourself say it and you realize I'm not intelligent at all. So that was actually a really big stop there. They almost got the conversion. They were 4 yards shy, but Armstead just got hurt. So Fournette's injured, Armstead's injured, and TJ Yeldon I don't think is on their team anymore, so I don't know who they're going to bring in now. All those injuries, we can't feel sorry for them. This is the playoffs, man. We have got to lock up. We've got to do something big. The blitz coming off the edge. Elfer out here. We're just going to go ahead and throw it across. Isaac has got some of the best hands on the team. First down, 10 yards to go. Great little pass there to Isaac. Going to hand the ball off to Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon with the juke. What a setup on the block. Joe Mixon's got one guy to beat. Tries to stiff arm him. Throws him in the ground. And he's finally brought down to the 28. Where has this Joe Mixon been? I mean, honestly, even if we decide to trade him, the way he's playing right now is remarkable. His draft stock is going to be through the roof. Or his trade stock will be through the roof. Go for an inside run here. Mixon. What? Our offensive line has never played like this. What is going on? This is the perfect drive right now. Inside the red zone, right where we want to be. Oh my God, wide open. Jacksonville, what are you doing? Lining up here, Jacksonville has a big 3rd down and 5. They are in field goal territory, but they are down 18 points. Trying to get a little bit of pressure on Foles. We did get some pressure there. They throw a dot across the middle. Jacksonville's answered back. You hate to see it, but what a dot by Nick Foles. We've managed to put together a pretty good drive. The 2-minute warning is here, and we've got to strike pretty quick if you ask me. We're going to put Mixon on a streak. I'm going to put Ross over here. The route, I like this one a lot. Isaac out here breaks on the route beautifully, and he's down at the 7-yard line. I wish he had a little bit more speed, though. This is another big opportunity. We got Isaac on the edge. I kind of want to try a fade route with him. We haven't really tried those before. He threw it up. Good news is he had it. The bad news is it got knocked away. 2nd and goal. Elfer with a little pump fake. Throws it across the middle. Another one batted away. That actually wasn't a good decision. We have got to get in the end zone here. If we don't, again, all the momentum goes here. Jacksonville. We're going to put Ross across the middle. Elfer's out here scrambling. He's got a guy. He threw it a little bit too far, however. It's going to be field goal time. A couple of bad decisions leads to what should be hopefully 3 points. We're going to line up. It is up. It is good. Our lead is back to 14. So with 30 seconds to go here in the first half, Jacksonville is right where they want to be. They're almost in field goal territory for their kicker. I feel like they're going to have a chance to have points right here. Watch the underneath route. Instead, they go to the left. It was not a completion. So they end up challenging that automatically. It ends up not being a catch like we thought. And, well, Jacksonville's back here trying to put something big on us. Watching their guy deep. Smith out here shadowing him. And Geno Smith, another one. 4 sacks in today's game. So Jacksonville is actually out of field goal range now. We're going to patrol the middle. We'll keep them to a field goal. That'll be great. I don't want them to get a touchdown. That's the big fear I have. Oh, my God. You have to be kidding me. Oh, no. We're in trouble. So they try to go for the hurry up. They don't have the time to spike it. They had no timeouts. And, well, we're going to maintain our 14-point lead, but we broke down a little bit in coverage there at the end of the first half. Now, kicking off the second half, Jacksonville is trying to get back to where they were, but hopefully they have a little bit more time to complete what they wanted. Go out for a run. Leonard Fournette is now back in the game, mind you. He was injured, and he's showing up big now. We obviously want to go ahead and try to stop Leonard Fournette, so we're going to see what we can do here. Getting a blitz going, trying to put some pressure on Foles. We go in for a sack again. Geno! 5 sacks today. Geno Smith officially has the franchise record for most sacks in a game. That is unbelievable. 5 in one game. Dude is on a different level. We're trying to go in here for a big play. We do stop him after about 3, and it should be a field goal for Jacksonville. They're lining up now for about a 47-yard field goal. It should be pretty easy for their kicker, but it is snowing, so you never know. We're trying to go in. This one's hooking to the right, comes back to the left just enough, and the lead is now cut down to 11. As we kick things off here for our first drive of the second half, I want to try to run the ball at least a decent amount this half, especially because Joe Mixon has been on an absolute terror. Like, he has been killing them. 7 for 113. Golfers also had a pretty good game today, so you know, we want to let the young fella do what he can. Got to keep him warmed up for the postseason. Let's go in deep. That's in. If he caught that, I would have felt really bad. Throwing in a double coverage is probably not my best decision, so we're going back to the run game here. Handing it off to Joe Mixon again. We're trying to chew a little bit of clock. Mixon's going to power through a couple of guys and gets down for 6. So the run was pretty solid, but it's 3rd down and 4. We got John Ross across the middle. Perfect little play. He goes for the juke and gets decimated. Oddly enough, that was John Ross's first reception of the entire game, so I'm a little surprised by that. We got to do better. Tyler Boyd possibly working here in a play action. We're throwing it, and I think we overthrew him pretty heavily. 2nd down and 10. Telfer under center. Back to the play action. That pretty solid work. What a route by Tyler Boyd. Left their man in his dust. There is no Tyler Boyd slander allowed. The dude is a problem. What a route. Look at the level of separation he gets here. Hits him with that, hits him with the fake, and then the DB is just left behind for a long game. Geno Atkins is still right now in the zone. they gain about 6 more yards, he'll be out of it. And Leonard Fournette is trying to get as many of those as he possibly can. So they need 1 more yard to get Geno Atkins out of the zone. We're going to blitz pretty heavily right here. And Geno says, where you going? Not by me. There was a false start penalty on the last play, and Jacksonville was at a crucial 3rd down and 12. Start of the 4th quarter. They're down 18. Got to do something big, and oh my God, what a throw. We're going for the user strip, and we're not going to get it. Can't really blame this game on Nick Foles either for Jacksonville. He's 20-24. He's almost at 300 yards passing. No picks, and he does have a touchdown. You could argue maybe he should have another touchdown or 2, but he's doing what he can. Leonard Fournette, when he hasn't been injured, has also been really, really good today. The problem is I think that defense has given up some really, really bad plays that have worked out in our favor. Now, we got an opportunity to stop Fournette, and we hit him, but he does get the 1st down. Fournette is finally clicking a little bit. Nick Foles is clicking a little bit. They're going to try to blitz a little bit, and they find... Oh, my God, they find him! Jonathan Jones! He wants reservations for 6 at Chili's, and he's about to have it. Call the waiter, call the hostess, call the chef, call the whole restaurant. Young fella. Going to cha-cha real smooth into the end zone. Now, Jacksonville, after I gave Nick Foles a couple of compliments, they threw the pick 6 we just got. We simmed a second, and they threw another pick. So here we are. The ball back in really good territory. Buffer's going to take this one. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing, and it showed. 3rd down and 6. Now we're going to hand it off to Joe Mixon, who's looking for some room, and doesn't find any. And are you kidding me? Joe Mixon's injured. Not again. So we're going to line up for a field goal here. And honestly, seeing Joe Mixon get injured kind of seals the deal for me. If this is any sort of a substantial injury, we might have to trade him. So Joe Mixon has a lower back strain, which means that we're not going to see him back for the remainder of this game. It's unfortunate, but at least it's not anything substantial or long-term. But as I was saying, that kind of makes my mind up a little bit about what we should do with Joe Mixon in the offseason. I think we should try to trade him for someone who's a little less injury-prone and a little bit more consistent. He has been incredible today. We got to admit that. We're going to chew the clock a little bit in this drive. 2nd down and 12, little halfback toss. See what Grant can do in the open field. He's got so much room. He outran his own offensive lineman, and Joe Mixon might be going to the offseason, young fella. Hate to see it. So that'll wrap it up for today's game. Jacksonville could not beat us and touch us in week 17, and they couldn't even come close in the divisional round of the playoffs. Recapping the stats, Nick Foles didn't have a bad game until I jinxed him. He was 20 of 24 for almost 300 yards, and then he threw 2 picks pretty much right after. One of those being a pick 6. Damian Telfer, 13 of 20, 238 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Mistake-free football. Gotta love it. On the ground, Leonard Fournette, 23 for 77, no touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 10 for 124, 1 touchdown. He got injured twice, and we don't know how long he's going to be going. I assume a lower back strain means he was just gone from today's game, but still, I'm a little nervous about his availability going forward in the playoffs. And spelling him today was Corey Grant, who went 7 for 55 and 1 touchdown. Wasn't flashy outside of 1 run, but it's pretty good. In the air, Chester Rogers was everywhere. 9 catches, 131 yards, no touchdowns for him. O'Shaughnessy was big again today, 5 for 80 and 1 touchdown. Antoine Isaac, 5 for 106 and 1 touchdown, pretty much in the first half. Tyler Boyd, 4 for 88, 1 ridiculous grab for him, as well as Isaac, 1 touchdown. And Joe Mixon also got our 3rd and final touchdown today. If you're looking for the best game ever from Geno Atkins, it's right here. 11 tackles, 2 being for a loss, 5 sacks on the afternoon. I don't even want to talk about anybody else on defense because Geno Atkins was that dude today. Today's game wasn't really that much of a challenge. It was more to make sure that we were mentally prepared and could focus on a team that wasn't exactly as good as what our team was, but still, our QB, our running back, when he wasn't injured, and our receiver stepped up big. Our defense, though, our defense, gonna be more proud of how they played today. But you know what? 1 week is good, but 2 weeks is even better. So next week in the AFC Conference Championship, we got to play just like this, and hopefully we can secure a W and make our way to the big house.